Hello and welcome to the Business Today show. I'm Udayan Mukherjee. Everyone likes a good rags to riches story, and there have been a few in the Indian corporate sector as well. But my guest on the show today is a man whose journey is truly remarkable. I mean, he started from really humble roots. His father was a sweet shop owner. Later in life, he started an NGO himself, and then from there it became a microfinance institution, and then became a universal bank. In fact, one of the newest entrance into the Indian banking system. But the story of Chandra Shekhar Ghosh of Bandhan Bank is truly inspiring and absolutely exceptional, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome him on the Business Today show today. Mr. Ghosh, wonderful having you on the show. But when I look at your journey from an NGO to an MFI to a universal bank, it's absolutely stunning. Do you sometimes yourself marvel at what you've achieved? I mean, when you look back at your own journey?
I find out on that the people of the country who are low income, and especially in the women, they are not getting the access of the credit of the formal financial institution. They are fully depend on traditional money lenders, which they are charged very high interest rate, even 10% of the month. But my experience, I have been seen in that when I go to the local market, and daily some person has come early in the morning and given to the 500 rupees to the vegetable sellers and fish sellers, and collect 5 rupees in upfront, and again give evening that same person has come to collect 500 rupees, which means in the one person half a day these people are paying to the lenders. So I ask them why you are paying on this the 700% interest to these people, and these the very good entrepreneurs, and they are our businessmen. They are saying that what is my alternative? I cannot get the fund from any of the financial institution, even 500 to 5,000 rupees. But this person has given to me to this amount to the small ticket size, and he is coming to my business place, give the money, collect from my business place for their repayment, and I have not any cost of travel, no signature, no guarantor. So all together I have given the 5 rupees. I am very happy to get this money with the 5 rupees. Why you are worried about me? And I find out on that these people have need in a money, small ticket size, in the doorstep service, which can be helped. These people come out from this traditional money lenders, and they can be earn more whatever they are earning now. And that is my journey as an NGO. Started on that to take the loan from bank and given to the low income people to start the business, or they have already the business, they will be like to come out from the traditional money lender, and they can expand their business on the financial services. So this is my first learning, and started on that, and I saw that how much success has come to these people, and that have been inspired me to make in a bigger way. Why? I believed on that the small is beautiful, big is necessary, because country is a big. I like to reach a large number of people, otherwise there is no impact will come to the society.
True. But now, having become a universal bank, Mr. Ghosh, do you ever worry that the priorities or the objectives of running a microcredit institution, which you have done so successfully, might actually be not the same as that of a universal bank? Because your shareholders sometimes feel that, if I want to buy the share of a MFI, I can do that for a pure MFI. If I want to buy a bank, then I go to a pure bank. But Bandhan Bank is at the cusp of both. Do you think these objectives meet each other, or can there be conflict in running each of these, the two that you mentioned?
No, if I say that it is the very good for shareholder and all stakeholders, so because of the couple of cause in here. The one cause is there is a noble cause. We are not come out from our core activities, which is microcredit, reaching to the low-income people, especially in the women. We are continuously providing the service to them. Other side is there, because of we are the universal bank, we cannot be denied to the other customers, we cannot provide the services. But that not means I can be shifted from my focus from large number of people to the limited number of high net worth people. So both have been need to get the service from the bank. This is one side. Next side on that, the credit perspective. All of these, the credit should be like to diversify such a way where it can be help to the bank to mitigate the risk. So if any of the organization are depend on only one types of segment customers and one type of portfolio, it's a little bit isn't showing the risk is higher. So that it is a need on that to diversify it, the portfolio of the unsecured, which is the microcredit, to secured, which is a housing loan, and that can be helped to mitigate the little bit of the risk. Third point, when the people, it is taking the loan as a small ticket size on that, that not means they are continue with this level of the income. Their income also enhancing day by day. So when their income is enhancing, there couple of people are build up a very good enterprise, and they are shifting from the small ticket size to the medium ticket size. We should need to provide the service to them. If we not provide them, they will go to this other entity. Why will we not like to give them? Third, another point on that, when their income has increased, their demand have been also diversified. They are first, any of the low income people, their income is coming as a good way. So they are first thinking on that, why not I will be like to build up an own house. And that house, where they will go to the loan for this house. Why not I can be provide the housing loan to them. So in this way, according to their demand, and they are graduate in the mood on that their business, and we have need to provide this type of product services to them, and it is actually helped us to diversify the product to mitigate the risk, and unsecured, secured, and geography all are together will be like to better for bank, better for customer, better for shareholder, and better for all of the stakeholders on that.
So give me an update, Mr. Ghosh, on what kind of progress you're actually making in the areas that you just spoke about. I mean, in terms of providing housing finance to these small entrepreneurs or giving consumer loans to them. What kind of progress have you made, and what targets have you set for yourself?
Now, if you see that when we are at the microfinance institution, first open the bank, that time there is an only our loan is a microcredit, which is a 98%. So after the 7 years, this microcredit has come 44%. Housing loan has come 26%. And very interestingly, 25% of the microcredit loan has been graduated to the MSME segment. That means the 44% plus 25%. That means that together I have not reduced my lending to the customer. only I have been graduated 25% customers to the MSME, and which is now has come 38%. And retail loan, which is my gold loan, personal loan together, is in less than 2% on this. My plan on that, we are like to continue in this way to graduate this customer and providing this the housing loan. Altogether, it will become on that the 26% of microcredit loan, which is the group-based loan, to by 25, and housing loan will become to nearly 30%, and the retail loan will become to this less than 10%, and balance will come to this the MSME, including the graduate customers.
Now, the one thing people worry about with Bandhan Bank particularly is that because you deal with a especially vulnerable part of the population, of the economic population, and the series of distressing things which have been happening over the last few years. First it was demonetization, then there was COVID, and then there was an issue in East India with the Assam floods. And then, of course, collection efficiency goes down because these people are very affected for a while and they cannot pay back loans. Can you clear the air a little bit about the vulnerability of this population to pay back loans, and whether Bandhan Bank, more than other banks, probably sits on a more shaky asset quality or NPA situation?
The last 22 years we are in a serving to this customer. Before the pandemic, if I say that up to 2020, the 20 years altogether cumulatively I write off the amount of 68 crores only. So that time also we faced the flood, we faced that the tornado, we faced that there is an AP crisis, but all together, and UP crisis, and all together I lost only the 68 crores. So in that sense, I have the confidence on that these people will return back again without anything on that. Only the point sometimes they are asking the time. I made the customers in the time of pandemic also. They only say that the 10 years, 15 years we are with you. We have been changed our life. We have been, lot of things have been developed in our families. So don't worry, give some time. I will be come back and return back the money. Someone may be the partial paying, someone paying the full. So in that sense, these people will be also quick recovered, and some people are not maybe the quick recovered. They will take some time to recover on that. There is another cause. What is their alternative? They will go to again money lenders and pay 10% per month, 120% interest in a year. So they also know that. They have the very essential this credit from us. For that reason, I have the confidence also they will return back. And they are already started to returning back after the pandemic. If I say that the last 1 year, whatever the bank disbursed the money to the customer, existing and new, they are all 99% of the people are paying. So that is also given the indication that after the second wave, how they are returning back to the normalcy. So I always believed on this segment of the customer. Their repayment, I have been honored them, and they are very good. So that is not worried about it on this.
Okay. Now, you speak so affectionately about this segment that you lend to. Can you give us a couple of stories of these women whose lives Bandhan has changed over the years, and your interactions with them? And I'm sure these stories, and when they come back and tell you how you have transformed their lives, that makes it worth the while, the effort that you've put in over the last 2 decades. Can you share some of these anecdotes with us?
The state is a Jharkhand, which is also, you know, that the Jharkhand is one of the backward states. And I met on that the one of the women, and the name is Holly. And she also feeling that the same background on that. But she is stitching in this the cloth and selling it to the village house, and husband also in the day laborer. And after few months he find out on that to take one training from the government institution, how can stitch the cloth in the machine. And that is her journey started. And after a few days he find out the Bandhan 10 years before, and she taken a loan to purchase a sewing machine, and she started that sewing machine to make a petticoat, blouse, and selling to the market. And this way she has now in a 12 employees, 11 machines, and out of 12, one are MBA, who is marketing on behalf of herself to selling the product to the different store. So I am very surprised on that, how one of the lady which are not very much literate, how she can be build up this enterprise and contributed to the family. When I talk more with the women and asking her children, and she said that the first children are now studying in a doctor, second boy is studying in a chartered accountant, and third one is a graduation is going on. So surprised on that, they are not only enterprise with success, they are also success to build up the next generation of the children. How they are focusing to give the study for their children in future. So this is the way we are motivated. I learn this is from the people, and I have been also getting more inspired. Why not we can be provide this type of service and change the people's life? Then our country will become out from the poverty.
Well, you have changed so many people's lives.
It is
you have
not
done
in
that, Mr. Ghosh. But I'm surprised to hear that I'm surprised to hear that you are saying that you are very surprised at the success of these people, because your own story is a success story like that. Exactly that. I mean, your own roots are very humble as well. I mean, your father was a sweet shop owner, and look at you. You are the managing director of a universal bank today. I mean, can you just take us back to how your journey started and how you grew up?
No, thank you, Mr. Mukherjee. Point is correct. But if I say that the learning from the people is a very different, and this learning is lots of people like to change their life. Automatically, my inspiration is coming on that. And of course, you are correctly mentioned, my father was in a sweet shop, and very small sweet shop, not in a big market. And I worked with him, and I know how can make a sweets. Before my school, after my school, I also make the sweets and helped to my father to sell it on that. This is the life. Then I have been studied with a Ramakrishna mission, and one of the temple is a Brajananda Saraswati. They are providing all my food, accommodation and study. And I have been done my tuition and to spend some of this my expenditure. After complete on that, I do some of the NGO job, which is especially in that the health and education. and forming the self-help group, this type of. And when I do it, I find out on that there is a big opportunities for me to go to the different corner of the country, especially in Bengal, to see the life of these poor people. And accordingly, I find out on that they have need one thing, which is the finance, so then they can change their life. So my learning has come from them, and accordingly I been come to this position. I felt that the lot of things from my father. Give the 1-2 example on that. There is a sweet shop. There is an that weekly called is that the market. It's lots of people are coming to the market. My father have been put me inside of the shop to watch who are eating the foods and not paying correctly. And that have been helped me to learn. So monitoring is the best way to success of financial business. If we come to the microfinance, I introduced on that how it can be closely supervised and monitoring of the finance that can be helped me to success of this model. And so that it is sometimes I mention in this model is a supervisory credit. So give the loan, weekly supervise, weekly collect, and monitor by the other people, and that has come to the success of this model. So a lot of things we have been learned from this, my father and parents, my mother, that is also helped me to come on that. Sometimes people ask me that you are
Excellent.
the subject is statistics.
Yeah.
How you know the finance? No, I learned from other way on that. Every mother is a CFO, but they are not chartered accountant. Especially in the family who are low income family, their income is lower than their demand to fulfill the basic need. How mother have been managed and satisfied all the children and family members within a very small amount of income which father have done. So really is that we can learn from the mothers who are CFO of the family, and why not? I can be also like to learn and implement my organization. Finance is a very simple things. It can be like to learn and accordingly monitor, supervise, and success will come on that.
Mr. Ghosh, your story is truly remarkable and inspiring, and you've helped so many people over the years, so many women over the years and families. More power to people like you, and my sincere congratulations on what you've achieved over the last 20 years. Your story is truly inspiring, and thank you very much for joining me and sharing all these stories today.
Thank you to you, and namaskar. Mr. Mukherjee, you are also given the very valuable time. Thank you again. We'll try to meet in future.